Oh,
Flaw.
all right. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Outside of the Outside. All right.
Okay, sorry.
Back to one. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Outside of Relationships. I'm Deondray Gossett. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Yeah. Hey everybody. All right. Welcome to another edition of Outside. The Outside. The Outside. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of The Outside of Relationships. I'm Deondray Gossett.
And I'm Quincy, LeNear.
And today's topic is flaws and all.
We got a bunch of questions about how to...
I'm hungry. Okay, go ahead.
Today's topic, like he said,
Flaws
is
and all.
flaws and
Eating
all.
during the show. Basically, what we found is going out and talking publicly to young gay couples is that you guys are real finicky. The smallest little things you guys are ready to break up because they be looking at you crazy.
We are coming from a personal perspective, having been in a working relationship for the past 11 years, still a work in progress. We still find things that
is wrong with each other.
Yeah.
Like I just took him to the Mac store yesterday, and I told them at the counter,
he has not taken his meds today.
do it,
That's a flaw.
do it. Like just take him and make it better. The further you get down the line of commitment, you're gonna start to realize there are a lot of things that kind of are ticky for you. You know, it could be something as simple as clacking the fork against the plate while they eat. But is that worth breaking up over? Hell no. You guys have to stay in there, stick with it. And why are you looking at me like that? What you got to say? What you got to say?
Finding flaws.
What you got to say?
First and foremost, we are individuals. We are individuals, and the person that you obviously are gonna find yourself in a relationship with is also an individual. Gonna have his own makeup, his own. You guys are gonna see things.
My own makeup.
Some of us, yes, will have their own makeup.
I don't wear makeup.
Mac beat. Will you let me get my answer out? This is
Do you want
supposed
me
to be serious.
I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
You have the microphone.
Oh.
We often project our own insecurities and our own inadequacies onto the
Other
person
people.
that we are with in our relationships, which, you know, that's where we start picking them apart. Why does he do this? And he always does that. When we first got together, he was just so perfect. He was so great, you know. He had no flaws whatsoever. Then I moved in with him.
And nothing changed.
In his house, his kitchen, his bedroom, his bathroom. And then all of a sudden, I was leaving the cap off the toothpaste, which irked him. I was leaving the cabinet doors open, which irked him. And we went through this period where I felt as if he was picking.
And he was the same way. I'm trying to make it seem like I was the...
What did I complain about?
Everything. Celebrate your partner's differences. You and your partner, you guys are two individual people. That's the beauty of life, is that you can be like no one else on earth. And that should be celebrated as opposed to trying to mold somebody into what you think they should be.
I realized that those small things were exactly just that. They're small things. And they weren't things that I was willing to give up my relationship.
Yeah, you don't get rid of a Cadillac because it got a dent in it.
No, really, I think that we have to stop, as couples dating, we have to stop being so overly critical about
this is not American
the small
Idol.
things. Nobody is perfect. You're not going to find this person that has a grade A stamped on their ass. And you know, there's going to be something about them that's going to be different from you. You know, what about how is you that?
Having said that,
yeah, we actually sat down with some guys that told us that they broke up their relationship because the way he dressed or the way he spoke. or the certain things that he did.
His lips were always chapped. It was like, give him some chaps.
Somebody said.
No, not yours. You good?
Oh, okay, good.
Today.
I honestly think that there's something more to why you got out of a relationship than their lips were chapped.
There's a commitment phobia.
Exactly.
It exists. Some people are afraid to commit. Am I missing out on something else by staying here? Am I going to get hurt if I stay here? And some of those things keep a lot of people from relationships because they've been burned before. I think a lot of people are always wondering, am I settling? Am I settling? And relationships are only as successful as you make them. If you decide that you're not settling, then you're not settling. Also recognize when you are in a situation that is not beneficial, that is not mutually beneficial for your partner or yourself.
I like to believe in The Joy of Imperfection, which is a great book, by the way. You guys look that up, The Joy of Imperfection. And it's a book that I studied when we were in school, psychology major, studying therapy, that talks about the various myths that we have about what a relationship is supposed to be, who it is that we're supposed to be, what other people are supposed to be, and it explores these myths and it breaks it down and then goes on to talk about how that's not reality, that we are all perfect in our imperfections, that we're going to always fall short of expectations that were set by someone other than yourself.
Celebrate difference, people. That's what this whole thing, that's what the whole world is all messed up for anyways, because we're not celebrating differences.
We're reading this book.
That should be the end of the show.
Well,
that should be the end of the show.
I know I wasn't about to
okay.
plug the book because the book is talking about this.
I know. Oh, all right.
The Right Side of the Wrong Bed by Frederick Smith, who is a friend of ours, author. And we're not finished. I'm just at chapter 6. And what's so funny, the book is about a guy who recently broke up with a boyfriend that had some bad habits. And then he finds a younger guy who happens to have a whole bunch of irks and quirks about him that being this huge age difference. The lifestyle is so different, from down to the slang, to the way he dresses, to the way he behaves. And it's interesting to watch the lead guy in this book try to make it work.
Question number 1. Do you think you should expose what is considered a flaw to someone you are with if they don't seem to notice it immediately? I mean, if you don't point it out, maybe they overlook it, but won't like it when they do see it. And if you do, you may create a problem that wasn't initially present. That's a very good question. Do you point out your flaws to your partner if they don't notice it? Well, Quincy is a chronic throat clearer, and he won't admit it. But when we first met, he came to me. I had never noticed it before, and he said, "Does it bother you when I constantly clear my throat?" And I said, "I never heard you clear your throat. At least I never noticed that it was consistent." And I think after he told me that, I paid more attention to him clearing his throat. Now,
he gets on my nerves.
I'm constantly telling him,
"Will you stop clearing your throat?" It sounds to me like this person has some insecurities about himself. That maybe that's something you need to work on internally, and don't assume that the other person is going to find fault with something that maybe you see as a fault in yourself, because it's probably nothing wrong with you.
And you're just amplifying something that's probably a personal insecurity anyway. So I say no. Question number 2. What do you do when the person you are with jokes and picks with you about the very thing you are insecure with? And when you confront him, he says he loves you, flaws and all, yet does the same thing over and over again, only making you more insecure about it. When you love somebody,
you're not going to tear them down. You're not going to do anything that would make them feel inadequate. We're all human. I mean, we sometimes use those insecurities when we're arguing
against
to hurt
each
the
other,
other person,
right?
Which is wrong. Which it is wrong, but we do it. I do it, he does it, we do it, but then we have to recognize it and stop it. You have to really, really make it clear that
this hurts when he
this
says,
hurts. I am
insecure
with
about
that.
this, and it hurts me when you say.
Right. And if he can't respect that, you guys have a larger issue at hand.
Because there's some kind of underlying disrespect there that you need to squash, because it may repeat itself in other areas of your relationship.
I've learned in our relationship that I have personal insecurities, he has personal insecurities, and I think at some points we kind of expected each other to fix it. He can't fix my insecurities, and I can't fix his insecurities. I can be there for him to support him through it. He can be there for me to support me through it, but ultimately it's not something that we can fix.
Third question. How do you know when you're accepting someone's flaws or compromising? I think the line is thin. That's what they say. If somebody is affecting your inner strength,
your integrity,
self-respect,
your self-esteem,
then you're compromising.
Yeah.
If it's pet, you recognize the difference, you guys, and a lot of this stuff I've talked about before on the show is that you recognize there's some instincts that you have built into you as a human being, and you can tell when you should be out, when you need to be out of a relationship, or when it's just you. Get this book, Right Side of the Wrong Bed by Frederick Smith.
You guys will really enjoy it.
You'll love it, love it, love it.
It's available Amazon.com, most of your local bookstores. And you just Google it. That's what I say. If you want to find something,
find a deal, Google it.
Yes. So,
including the Dio Chronicles.
Yes, now on DVD.
Now on DVD, Google it. You can find a great deal.
So, guys, help us spread the word. Let your friends know about this show. Please send in your questions, your comments, and thank you so much for so much of the support that we've gotten from our first episode.
Overwhelming support. So thank you.
And
don't forget about our article on thedailyvoice.com. It's a lot of great articles on that site. Thedailyvoice.com. Quincy and I have a column on there, and many other great
Rod 2.0, Keith Boykin,
Maya Angelou, Isaiah Washington. It's a great
It's a wonderful website. So thank you, and tune in next week when we're going to talk about something new. I don't know what it is, but we're going to talk about it.
We'll post it.